If you will recall, last week we got this old motor put together and running, but we had a dead cylinder. I know the why, but I don't know the what. I'll tell you all about it here in just a minute. That is cylinder 6. It's sitting on 180 psi. Let me show you number 8. That's the cylinder that was dead. Notice you hear no popping. Well, that's because there's zero compression. Yep, sure is. It's 195. 195, yep. There's only a few things that can cause a zero compression on a cylinder. Numeral 10, holding the piston. Pretty sure that's not it. We ain't been racing it, all that. Pretty sure that is not it. Rings, number 20. Could be rings, but again, I don't think so. Numeral 30, could be a bent valve. Possible. I didn't check the heads. No, sir, sure didn't. Numeral 40, a piece of trash in between the valve and the seat, very possible. Remember the Ford we just built? We had one cylinder that had low compression and then come back. That's most likely that's what it was. Could be that, I was drilling on these heads and it could have a piece of aluminum in between the valve and the seat, but as long as we ran it, it should have blew it out. So I don't think that's what it is. Numeral 50, and I'm hoping this is what it is. I got a valve adjusted too tight. Let's pull the valve cover off. I'm gonna back the rocker all the way off. We'll do another compression test and see what happens. Yes, sir, I really hope that it's gonna be as simple as a valve too tight. We'll find out here in just a minute. Fingers crossed. Well, it's better. It's 125. That's always better than 0, but it's still way, way off. That don't make any sense. It could be a bent valve, slightly. It could still be trash in between the valve and the seat. But we're gonna push that to the side right now because, yeah, I'm sort of over it. I want to do something different for a little bit. So I think what we'll start doing is the most fun, most exciting, my favorite thing to do to any vehicle. Yep, you guessed it, that's brakes. I think we'll start on the back. Start on the most aggravating ones. Well, as one would expect, the drum does not want to come off. She's pretty corroded right around that axle flange, or whatever you want to call that. She ain't wanting to budge. I get to whoop on it with a big old hammer. Fun times. Fun times. I love brakes. Yeah, sure do. Now, I need a third hand to hit that drum with, and that might walk off. But I don't have 3 hands, so I gotta come up with something different. There's a distinct ridge of rust. And, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let me get something and scrape on that a little bit. Hear that? That's that ridge of rust. I gotta get rid of it some kind of way. See what the old coil of oil will do. Probably not much. I'll be back when I get it off. Well, she just popped past the rust on this side, so I say we got her going in our favor now. Let's see if we can get this side over here. I can't get nothing on it. Everything's in the way. Let's whoop on it. Oh, look here. She's coming. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Now the brake shoes have got it, I think. Look at here, look at here. A drum. We're going to use it. It could be turned, but we ain't going to worry about it right now. Now, what does my hardware look like? It don't look bad. We're going to reuse it probably. Yep. So let us get it tore apart. See if we can get these spring-a-langas off here firstly. There's a one. Come off of there. Come on, man. Well, these are rusted together. There it goes. Well, there's one shoe. Well, we can get violent, I think. There it is. Now, we'll leave all that hooked together so I don't forget how it goes. Let's see if we can get the wheel cylinder off now. Ooh, yeah, they're pretty tight, ain't they? There it goes. I believe that brake line has been mashed. How in the world did that happen? We'll have to run new brake lines across the back. Yay! I wasn't really planning on doing that, but whatever. We're gonna go snipper. Gotta have a new brake line anyway, so yeah, that's what we'll do. We'll go chomp. There we go. Ta-da! I'm gonna do a little cleaning up here, and then I'll be back and we'll put it back together. Doing a little brushy brush. Get some of this nastiness off of it. Now we're gonna blow it away. Where's my bolts? Get a bolt in it, man. All right, let us put some shoes on. Tall in the back. All right. I need to transfer hardware from one to the other, so let me do that real quick, and then we shall proceed to continue. I got everything transferred from the old shoe to the new shoe. So let's begin. Well, let me straighten this little nail out firstly. Then we will put these new brakes on here. Well, it's going to fall apart on me. Apparently, hey, there's my screwdriver. It was on the floor. I was wondering where it went. Oh, wait a minute. Let's put the emergency brake cable on first. Ooh, come on, man, get on there. Man, that hurts. Well, there went my light. It's everything is falling apart. Yeah, I'm starting to get aggravated. Sure am. Oh, that hurts. Did I get it? I think so. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Now, let me get all the stuff I dropped. All right, now, let's see if we can get this up in there. There's one side. It's falling apart on me. I've got a little spring that I had no clue where it went. And then I got two springs here that I'm not sure where they went. This goes here. I think this one goes here. Nope. No, it don't. Maybe it goes here. That looks right. Oh yeah! And maybe this one goes down here. Oh yeah! Well, I think that's it, except I got a little spring that I have no clue where it goes. So let me see if I can find an exploded view online and figure out where that goes. All right, I know where that goes now. Right in here. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it in there. No, sir. I mean, that's, you know, that's how it goes. Yep. I gotta take the whole thing back apart, I think. No, I'll tell you what, let me pull that off, but I gotta pull this off to get that off. I gotta pull that off. Now maybe I can get this in there. Oh yeah, look at there. Get in there. Now I get to fight all this again. Get on there. Now I think that's it. Let's put the drum on. I gotta run this out. Let's see if this drum will go on. Yeah, we're way too loose. I think we'll leave it. Yep, good enough. All right, let me get the other side done, and then I'll be back. Only one tire holds there, and that's the one I fixed the other day. Well, I've decided let's fix them as we go. So let me break this down, clean the wheel up, and put it back on. These are junk tires. They're really dry rotted, but it's aggravating when they go flat, you know, in 2 hours. So very aggravating. That wheel is in pretty bad shape. Yep. Pretty doggone rusty. Well, it's still got stuck again. How does that even happen? Well, I will be. What in the world? All right, let me do a little brushing. A little bead sealer on her. Yes, sir, that tire is quite dry rotted. Golly, Pete. Woo, that scared me half to death. Goodness. No leaky leaks there. No leaky leaks there. All right, let me put it on. Here's the next day. I got the back brakes almost done. The spring that goes next to the self-adjuster on the bottom, well, it broke. So I ordered some online, and they're in this box right here. That's about all I did. I had to call her early yesterday. My old knees, they're still trying to recover from that 12-hour day. Oh yeah, pretty rough on the old knees. Today we're going to continue brakes and we'll try to get the front done. We got to put in a, what's it called? Brake booster, master cylinder, proportion and valve. We got some brake lines to run. Hopefully we can get all that done today. We'll just have to wait and see. Before I get up and get to working, let me show y'all what I got. I went to the post office when I went to Ireland to get them parts. I got a few things in the mail. First one was this knee pad. This came from Rick Black in Montgomery, Minnesota. I come from Minnesota. Got me a pretty thick knee pad there. I don't use these very often anymore, you know, because we have a wonderful wildfire lift. But when I do, these do come in handy. Oh yeah. Then we got this ring compressor set right here. I've never used this kind before. Well, let me get it open. It's this kind right here, and you got this little doodad that clamps down on it. We'll try that on the next motor build. Oh yeah, it's got several different sizes for different pistons. I don't know who this come from. It come in an Amazon box. There was no paper inside telling me who it come from, but whoever give me that, I appreciate it. Rick, I appreciate that knee pad also. If you want to send me some stuff, I'll PO boxes in the description below, so go check it out. Anyways, let's get busy working on this old rusted out green pile of garbage. I bought brand new everything: rotors, calipers, pads, hose. But I'm going to keep these rotors because they don't look too bad. I don't think they've been turned. And I'm hoping one day to get a brake, drum, and rotor lathe. That way we can fix our own drums and rotors. Or, I mean, I can take it to O'Reilly's too. They'll turn them. But I'd rather have one of myself. My socket. Wow. Goodness. My socket. Oh, it's been hitting something over here and it's messed the head of it up. So, let me doctor on that, or just see if I can whoop it in there. No, sir. Well, that ain't no good. Ay, ay, ay. I hope his calipers came with new bolts. Well, this in here is messed up. Oh, we still got a hose hooked up. Well, I can take care of that real quick right here. We'll go chompa and chompa, and there we go. I don't know if there was a core on these calipers or not. I'll have to look and see. If so, well, I'll take them back. Now we got to get this, what's this called? Rotor. Got to get it off. You know what? I don't know if I got enough grease to pack two rotors. I may have to go back to Ireland here in a minute and get some grease. When we get this thing far enough along, we're going to have to do some pressure washing. She's pretty doggone nasty. Oh, you know what else I forgot? I bet you money these these rotors don't have seals yet. So I'm gonna have to run back to Ireland, I bet. Bet you money. Well, I had to go back to Ireland, get me some wheel seals. Also got me another thing of bear ink grease. I wasn't sure if I had enough. So let me get these here bear inks packed. And I'll get back with you and we'll put this side back together, hopefully. Let us get this. This is Silas. And this is Rotrus. OSKS? OSKS. All right, that's probably good enough. Let's clean this area up just a wee bit. Eventually, we're going to pressure wash everything and spray paint it. Except for that, it's rusted out. But this right here, let me just hit this real quick like. I don't think it really matters, but it'll make me feel better about myself when I go to bed tonight. I think I will also hit this area here and here with some sanding paper. Might put a little grease on it. Well, that's where your caliper slides back and forth. Ta-da! I may have put a little excessive amount of grease in there. We'll get some of this here out. Put it in this here capalapa. I have heard that, this is a long time ago, if you put too much grease in, it'll make the bearings get hot and they'll go bad prematurely. I don't know if I believe that. But that's what I was told as a child. I just now realize this truck is manual steering. Sure is. Crank her down, turn her a little bit. Get the bearings settled in. Crank her a little more. Get them settled in. Now I like to back off and then bring her back. Not tight, but probably about right there if the holes line up. Let me see if the cottree pin will go in or not. I'm not sure where the hole even is. Interesting. Is the hole up here? Yeah, okay. So probably need to put it right there. Well, I done lost it. Well, I just had, there it is right there. Okay. That'll probably be good enough there. Bend this up. Bend this up. Bend that up. I like that right there. We got us some grease in the cap. Let's wipe some of this off. Put it in there. Now we have one brand spankingly new rotor installed. Let me get a caliper now. New caliper bolts. Oh, yeah. Let's get the electrical ratchet. All right. Only thing left is to change the hose right here. Let me work on that for a minute. Hopefully these will break loose. Well, nope. It's just rounding the nut. Yep. Probably gonna have to get the universal wrench. Yep. I didn't really want to have to replace this brake line, but we might have to. Here's the universal wrench. Let's see if it'll get the job done. Nope. Oh, yeah, there it went. Yeah, and it broke free from the line, too. Oh, yeah, where'd my wrench go? Here it is. Let's use this wrench the rest of the way. I don't need that. All right. See if I can get this hose out of there. Let me get the new one. Let's go ahead and put it in down here. Oh, it's got to turn a certain way. Now, where'd my clipper go? I got to have my clipper. Ow. Why won't that go on? I don't understand why that's not going on. It's partly round and it's partly not round. That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. Part of it is hex and then the top is round. Who come up with that? Finally, my goodness gracious. All right, let me tighten this on the caliper and we'll be done over here. Oh yeah, there's my light. I'm trying to grind it with the steering. That's good. Front brakes are done, and well, we're probably done for the day. I know I ain't worked but maybe 3 hours, but well, I run to town twice, and we're at the point now that, well, I need to put the booster on, master cylinder, proportion valve, but I want to clean all this area up before we do that because I want to paint the firewall. Probably not going to paint the inner fenders because, I mean, you know, they got giant rust holes that I can crawl through, so eventually we'll replace them, so I just don't even want to worry about painting them. But I do want to clean this, paint the firewall, paint the frame, cross member, radiator support, and get all that done before we put the booster and master cylinder on that all on. But it's dark outside and it's cold outside is the most important thing. And I don't want to do it at night in the cold. So we're going to wait till tomorrow, pull this outside. I got to do a bunch of scraping because there's a ½ inch of greased dirt on that cross member. Then we'll pressure wash everything. I'll paint the firewall black and then we'll bring it back in here and start continue on the brakes. Hopefully we get the brakes done tomorrow. That's the plan after we get this cleaned up. Fix to shut the camera off, but my day ain't done. Don't think I'm quitting. I'm gonna fool with this motor for a little bit. Got a little experiment I want to do to see if we can get the compression back up on that one cylinder. Then the old 750 eBay carb, it's right there. I just pulled it out of the bucket of Kim dip. I'm gonna put it together. I'm gonna go through it first and make sure it's good and clean. Put it together and put it on the old Ford because it's down. I don't like a vehicle that can run and drive, but you can't because one part, yeah, that aggravates me. So I want to get that car back on that truck. So I'm turning the camera off, and I reckon I'll see y'all tomorrow. Well, I'm sitting here editing this week's video, and I remember that I forgot to remind y'all something. And I have a kitty cat in my lap too. This is Mama Cat. Say hello, everybody. Say hello. Anyway, sitting here working on this week's video. I wanted to remind y'all that if you would like to support the channel monetarily, you can do so by joining my Patreon channel. The link for it will be in the description below here. Will you get out of the way? Also, if you would like to buy some merch, the link for that, the link for that will be in the description below also. I hope to have a new design for the merch in the next day or two that one of my subscribers come up with. Hopefully I can get that out pretty soon. But anyway, Patreon merch link is below. If you have bought merch or you have joined Patreon, I do appreciate it. Let me also remind y'all, you know, my mess up last week, shutting down the Patreon for a couple of days. Some of y'all might need to rejoin because you have been unjoined because of me. Yeah. Anyways, don't forget all that, and appreciate it, and let's get back to the video. Tis the next day, and well, here's the deal. Let's just go over everything I discovered last night after I turned the camera off. I got these here little fellers all cleaned up, ready to go together. But that float there has been mashed and crushed. And then this plastic float here, I don't know if y'all can see it shining in the light. See that stuff there? That is the Kim dip. You know, I had it in this bucket. That's the Kim dip coming out of the inside of the float. Yep, so it ain't any good either. I got 2 floats coming. Should be here tomorrow. Then maybe we can finish that up. Then did a little experimenting on this pile of garbage, and here's what I come up with. Long story short, the head's got to come back off. Yep. What I did first, well, I was cranking it over, and it sounded like I was getting 2 puffs out of the exhaust, and that's not right. So, well, I'll show the video here and I'll slow it down. I hung a piece of paper on it, and it was puffing, moving the paper, when both valves are closed. You watch both valve springs. They're closed and you get a puff of air. It's puffing on the compression stroke. I was like, well, we got a bent valve. I did a few other experiments, but the final one I did was a poured gas in the exhaust port here with it on the compression stroke. Both valves were supposed to be closed. Well, the gasolines disappeared in about 3 seconds. So that means we got a bent exhaust valve. So, yep, the head's got to come off. Here's something else that's weird, too. I readjusted these valves just to see what would happen. If I give them any kind of preload, I build no compression. It's like that cylinder is running on 2 solid lifters. You cannot give it any kind of preload at all. I don't understand that. So we're going to have to look at those lifters too. Does not make any sense. Nope. Most things don't around here. But anyway, it has been raining cats and dogs coming to flood ever since last night. It's finally let up a few minutes ago. I think we're supposed to get a couple hours break from it. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to quickly get in here and scrape all this grease off this cross member. Then we're going to push her outside and pressure wash it, bring it back in, dry it off. Then I'll have to run to town, get some paint. We'll paint the firewall and what's this called? Radiator support in the frame. We may not get that done today, depends on how quickly it dries. But if we don't get that done, well, we're going to tear this motor apart, pull that head off, and we're going to have to replace that valve. Anyways, let us get busy. Oh, crap. I like to fail right then. Yes, sir. Sure enough did. All right, I'm installing the engine right now. Installing the engine. Engine installed. Wombow! 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 All right. All right, let me get to scraping. Doing the thing I love the best. Cleaning. Ooh, that radiator support is rotten too. Well, I may not fool with it either. What in the world? Let's get this cleaned up anyways. Get it painted. And the firewall. And then all that other stuff, it's going to come off when we replace it. So we'll just paint it before we put it back on. Oh, yeah. I did price a whole new front end. Fender, inner fender. That was going to be like $600 and something. And then now we need a radiator support. I didn't price a grill or a bumper. But you're probably looking at $1,000 to replace this front end. Yeah. It ain't cheap to do this, fellas. It sure ain't. I may see if I can find a whole donor truck on like Facebook Marketplace or somewhere. And the metal is in pretty good shape. That may be what we do instead of buying new. I would like to buy new, but that's a wee bit expensive. Well, I got it as clean as I'm going to get. Let me get this garbagery swept up. Then we'll roll her outside. I'll spray her down with some cleaner, let it soak. We literally just barely got done in time. It just started raining again. Yep. It looks mucho bettero Ain't got all that grease all over the frame and cross member. Firewall looks better, but I will never understand why car manufacturers do stuff like this. Put a trough right there where water can stand. That whole thing across is rusted. It's rusted through right over yonder. We ain't gonna worry about it. We're gonna paint her black and you won't never see it again. Nope. But this is going to dry for a while. Yeah, probably over the weekend. Also, we're gonna have to have a red support because look at there. Looks like Swiss cheese. Yep. So we're basically gonna have a whole new front end sheet metal wise. Anyway, we're gonna let this dry, and I got to go out here and get my, what's that called, pressure washer up. Actually, what I need to do firstly, see this right here, that is part of a John Deere tractor. That belongs to the older feller that Jolly Green Giant comes from. He wants me to pressure wash it and then paint it with some clear stuff for his old tractor. I got to do that. Let me get that done. Pressure wash it. Then I guess, like I said, that's got to dry over the weekend. Let's get over here and start tearing this motor down. Well, it quit raining long enough for me to pressure wash the hood on that tractor there. I'll put some clear paint on it after a while, sometime or another. Well, then I decided, let's clean the transmission for old Jolly Green Giant here. It was just, yeah, it had like an inch of grease and crud all over it. Got it cleaned up. There it is right there. It is a 700 R4. Oh yeah, Jolly Green Giant's getting overdrive. We going uptown with this truck. Sure enough. I got that transmission from the same fellers that got the transmission for Silver Bullet. They seem to be pretty nice fellers. Hoopties and Hot Rods is their channel name. They're on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, all the stuff. I'll put a link to their YouTube down here in the description. Y'all go check them out. Seem to be pretty nice fellers. Anyways, I think it's just started raining again, so I think what we'll do, let's pull his head off, see what's going on with this exhaust valve right here. What's got me? My spring-a-linga. Come on up, man. All right, let's get this little fella over here. See what's going on with it. Oh, I forgot that line right there. Dad blame it. I don't think I told you all about this. This is LT1 specific also. The stock configuration, there's a line that goes from here to here and then around here. I don't remember if it goes into the water pump. I think it goes straight into the radiator. They call it a steam pipe. I don't really know why they need it, unless, again, the reverse flow cooling causes air pockets back here. I don't know, fellas. I just know that it's on there and they say you need it. Well, to the untrained professional, they probably wouldn't be able to see nothing wrong with that valve right there. Well, I can't either. No. This chamber is wet. See, this one's dry. See how shiny that one is? I don't know what's going on there. And we got some marks on the head, like the piston had been hitting it. I didn't look real close at these. That's, you know, probably old damage from whatever vehicle they come off of. Well, let's just go over and look at the piston, and we'll be able to tell if it's hitting or not. Well, I don't see any evidence of them touching, so that's most likely old damage. But look at this. See how dark all these pistons are, and then you get to that and she's shiny. This in here, it never hit a lick. No, sir. So, tell you what. Let's set this head up level, about like that. And I'm going to pour some stuff in here, and let's just see if it runs out still. We're gonna pour some gasolines in it. That's just what I had close to me. Let's pour some right in there. And, oh yeah, I don't know if y'all can see that or not, but she's running out. Let me get my light out. See the fluids just pouring out? Oh yeah. Let me see. Is there anything coming out the intake side? I don't see anything. Well, let's pull that exhaust valve out. Just see what we got. Oh yeah, let's get this here a spring-a-linger out in the way. Let's get this rocker out of the way first. Yep, it's gonna get on my nerves. Bye-bye. Also, I don't think I told y'all, these come with screw-in rocker studs from the factory. Oh yeah, it was a factory race motor back in the day. I know I put a lot of whoopings on them little 5.0 Mustangs with my Trans Am. Yes, sir. Sure did. All right. Well, I couldn't see it bent, so I went and got the drill. Stuck it in here, and you can definitely see her bent. I'm going to try to be still and let y'all see it. Yeah, she's a bent. So, I'm going to pull that intake valve out too. Evidently, something happened to this cylinder because we got a bent valve and we've got marks where something hit the head. Yep. So I got to find the exhaust valve. I'm going to pull this out, check it. And then when my gaskets and stuff come in, we'll put this back together. Intake valve does not look bent, but here's what we're going to do. I'm going to pull all the springs off. We're going to put new seals on it. We'll lap the valves in. We'll pull that head off, do the same thing. Might as well. What have we learned here? If you buy heads off of Facebook, go through them. Yeah, this is my fault, fellas. Yeah, I'm a big dummy. I thought, well, we'll just slap them on there. They'll be okay. Well, I forgot about MLS. I don't know how you can forget about that, but I did. Anyways, we'll go through them and get them fixed up. I need the exhaust valve. I got some over here on the rack, I think. Let's go over here and see what I got. There's one right there, but I think the stem's bigger. Yeah, it looks like it. They're all probably going to be about the same. I got other valves here and there and everywhere. I'll find one. We'll get her fixed up. I think right now, let's put our, no, we can't do that because I want to paint first. Yep. So we're going to have to wait till this dries completely before I can paint it. I was going to put the vacuum booster on and the proportion valve, but we'll wait on that. I think I'm going to go on in the house because we're having lots of terrible rain, a lot of flash flood, thunderstorm warnings. It's been raining terrible since last night. Yeah, my backyard looks like a river. It sure does. So I think I'm going to go on in the house and wait this storm out. And then I might head on down to the river after this gets gone later tonight and just see how high it is. I bet you it's if it ain't out of the banks, it's probably pretty close. Anyways, I'm going to go in the house. I guess this is Saturday, by the way. I guess Monday we'll try to fix the motor, get the heads done, get that back like it should be. Then we'll get back on painting under the hood here and getting the brakes done. Oh yeah, I will see y'all Monday. Well, I didn't go in the house. I figured I might as well stay out here and work on this old hunk of junk. I've almost got all the valves lapped except for the exhaust valve that we need. I got one more to go. This one right here. I just want to show y'all, in case you don't know what valve lapping is. Well, let me flip his head over real quick. Hopefully you can see that line right in there. Sort of a gray, smooth looking area. And then over here, this is the one I just done. This one over here, it's shiny, but it's not, it's got a lot of pits and stuff in it. Well, if you look at the valve, that's the one I just did. See that gray area? Looks real smooth and uniform. Well, that's how you know when you got it lapped in. This is what I'm fixing to do. See that there? That ain't real pretty. It'll be pretty when I get done, though. Oh, yeah. Let me show you something else, too. Here is what, hopefully this will pick up on the camera. Well, I got to set the camera down, actually, because I need two hands to do it. But let me show you this. I'm going to ping these valves. What I mean by that is that. Let me get down here. Hear that? Every one of them sound like that. Then you get to the one that's bent. It's just got a sort of a ting to it. Listen. Yep, she's bent. That's one way you can tell they're bent. Anyway, let me lap this last valve in. I might go in the house because I'm getting a little hungry. Then Monday we'll clean it up, put new valve seals on it, put it back together. Then we'll pull the other one off and do that. All you do is take you some valve lapping compound, put it around that valve just like that right there. It's grit. It's got like sand in it basically. Well, it may be diamonds. I don't know what's in it. But you got coarse and fine, and this is the fine, I think. Yep, fine. Anyway, you put all around there. You stick your valverini back in there where it goes. I got a hose on my drill. And then you stick that hose on your valve stem. Just like that right there. And spinny, spin, spin. Alright. Let me clean it up and see what it looks like. I don't think we got but about 30 more minutes of this storm left. I will sure be glad when it's gone too. I hate storms in January and February because it's just, we've had terrible tornadoes here many times in January and February. I do not like storms at all. No, sir. Do you remember what that looked like before? It was shiny, but real pitted. It just didn't look real smooth. Well, look at her now, boy. Oh, yeah. Look at that valve right there. That looks mucho bettero also. Yes, sir. This head's done as far as valve lapping, other than I got to find me a exhaust valve for over here. And like I said, I'm going to probably call it a night, and Monday we'll clean her up, put new valve stems. Well, I'll tell you what, might as well put them on now. Yep. Let's get them old ones off. Well, I got the head cleaned up, fixing to put the valve stems on, or valve seals on. I got the wrong ones. Yep. They were in the cabinet over. I didn't order them. I just had them. That right there. These are made for 530 valve. What are these called, guides? Well, these are measuring 545. And that 15 thousandths makes a difference because, as you can see, I sort of deformed that one trying to get it on. It just don't want to go on. So I'll have to order valve seals. Hopefully we can get them in a day or two. And then we'll get them put on. Like I said, we're going to do the same thing to that head over there. Got to find an exhaust valve. I'll look for all that here in a little bit. The rain finally stopped. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Man, I'm telling you, we've had a lot of rain. I'd like to know inches. I haven't looked. I bet you it's, the pool, it's probably got 6 inches in it now. In the shallow end, we have got a bunch of rain. We also, I'm going to have to call my builder, do some warranty work, because right there, y'all probably can't see right there, and then right over yonder, we got us a leak at the roof. Yep, I'm going to have to call my builder. Well, hang on a minute, my phone's ringing. Hello? You got a leak in your roof? Yeah, I can look at it sometime. We'll have to wait till all these storms and rain are over with. But yeah, I'll come over and look at it pretty soon. Soon as I can anyway. All right, see you later. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to fix some roof leaks. Yep. We're supposed to get some wintry weather at like 5 or 6 o'clock. Start at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it was in the 60s today, and then the next day you're gonna have snow. That's Tennessee weather for you. Anyway, I'm going in the house. I'm going to order some of these parts, and hopefully we can get them pretty soon. Today is Saturday, by the way. That means tomorrow's Sunday. Sunday's a day of rest. That's what I plan on doing. I hope y'all do the same. See y'all Monday. 'Tis Monday, and, well, I would like to hear this motor run today. I'm waiting on gaskets that were supposed to be here yesterday. Thank you, Amazon. Hopefully they'll come in time. We can get this thing back together and hear it run on all 8 cylinders. Already found an exhaust valve. I got it lapped in. I'm putting on valve seals now. I got them yesterday. I got 2 more to go on this head. Let me show you how I'm doing it. There it is right there. It's metal on the outside. Got the rubber on the inside. Now I see a lot of guys just put these on, push them on with their thumb. Well, that just don't happen with me. Well, it did on that one. Okay, call me a liar. Let me see if this one will do it. That's the first right there. I've never had them do that. I always have to beat them on with a socket and a hammer. Yeah, see, that there don't want to go on. So let me show you what I have to do usually. No, sir, I have never had one do that before. I always had to pick them on. I'll just get a socket. I think that's a 1/2 inch. No, it's a 9/16. I'll put it on there. I'll put that on there. If you don't watch it, it'll try to go crooked, so you have to be careful with that. Hold it straight. Then you just pick it on, hopefully. See, this in here is wanting to go crooked on me. There it is. Last one. Now I'm going to put the valves in, valve springs on, and then this one will be ready because I got it all cleaned up. Yep. So let me flip her over. And we shall go ahead and stick the valves in it, I guess. I like to put a little bit of Earl on the valve stems before I stick them in. Now, it is time to wrestle with the springs. Let me go get some and we'll put them on. Well, I've been looking for my valve spring tool for about 15 minutes now. I can't find it anywhere. It should be right here or right here where I've got all my valve springs. It's nowhere to be found in this entire shop. I've looked in all the toolboxes. I've looked everywhere, places that you would never think it would be. I can't find it. It was extremely aggravating to use the other night. Matter of fact, I bought a new one because of it. But I don't think I threw it away or threw it across the shop. If I did, I don't remember it. But it's nowhere to be found. One of life's mysteries, yep. So I guess we'll have to wait till my new tool gets here sometime today. And then we'll put this head back together. So in the meantime, I'm going to pull that other head off. Go through it just like I did this one. So I reckon I'll see y'all in a few hours. I'm sort of a doomus. Yeah, I really am. This is the other head. I just got it off. And got it over here to the table when I realized, dummy, you got to have a valve spring tool before you work on it. I still haven't found the old one, but luckily, our new one was just delivered. Oh, yeah. Let's see how this little feller is going to act. I hope it does all right. Because I'm telling you, that one the other night, whoo-wee, it made me say things I shouldn't be saying. Anyway, let's see if this is going to work for us or not. This here is kind of out of whack. I need it to turn. Let's try that right there. Got our little handle. Oh, yeah, that ain't bad. But it doesn't. Oh, yeah, it over-centered. It sure did. Let me find my magnet and we'll get them out of there. I think I need to run this on down so we have a little more tension on our spring-a-langas. Let's try that right there. See how that does. Now the valve keeps wanting to go down. So this is how you solve that. You get you a rag and you put it under the head so the valve can't move. Then you go chompa. Look at there, fellers. This is going to make life so much easier. It really is. Why didn't I buy this 20 years ago? Anyway, let's do one more. Just show y'all how awesome this thing is. This is not a sponsored tool. It's just a really awesome tool that I dropped on the floor. Yeah, that is all right to me. Sure enough. All right, let me get this head done. And when I come back, hopefully we'll be putting this thing back together. Well, this head here is pretty much done. I've lapped the valves in and put new valve seals on. My little tool here, I had to modify it. See these feet? They were angled up like that for, I don't know why, but they were. And it would kick the spring that away, and I could only get one lock on. Well, it made me say bad words. Well, I finally took it off and took a hum on. Whoop these flat. Oh, yeah. I'm back in love with it again. It's took me maybe 10 minutes to get all of these locks, springs back on. Oh yeah, it's been wonderful. That there's acting up. Where's my little magnet? Here it is. I got one lock that's dropped down a little too far. Well, you just grab him, bring him up, just like that right there. You do that right there, and that's it. Yep. It would literally took 30 to 45 minutes with that other thing because it don't want to grab the spring real good. That tool there, it's worth its weight in gold. Now this is what I do after I put springs back on. I'll peck on each one of them just to sort of settle it and make sure nothing's going to go flying off. All right, this one is ready to go back on. I got to put the springs on the other one, then we'll be ready to put it together. Well, I guess we're ready to put this thing back together. These are Felpro gaskets here. They have an up on them. They are a little bit different as far as color anyway, but at least we know for sure which way these go. Oh yeah. When we get the heads torqued down, we gotta still check out these two lifters. Remember, they were acting like they were solid lifters. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. So once we get these torqued down, we'll spin her over and do compression checks and all that. If I could get this head to go down on that dowel pin. Well, come on, man. Did it go then? I think so. I wish I could put aluminum heads on everything, because man, they sure are mucho lightero than them old cast iron heads. All right, let me get my bolts in, torqued down. Medium bolts go right here and right here. Your longer bolts will go here. Don't forget your thread sealer, because these go into the water jacket. Then you got these little short fellers right here go down here. Now we got to torque the heads. I got my little cheat sheet right there. Same thing I used the other day. I'm going 45, 55, 65. All right, let me go back over them. Make sure I didn't miss none, and then I shall do the other side. Heads have been torque-alorked. Now we got to put this little feller back on. Get our push rods in place. Get our rocker arms on. Get the valves adjusted. Then we can test it and see what's going on with these two lifters back here. I'm hoping nothing. Yes, sir. Would be nice if the lifters are A-OK. But it don't make sense that I can understand putting preload on the exhaust valve and it not making compression because it was bent. But the intake, no. I don't understand why I couldn't preload it. I gotta have my pushing rods. Where are my pushing rods? Get the rocking arms. Come here, rocking arms. I know about how far these nuts need to go down, so I usually will run them down a little bit with this gun just to speed things up. Now I get the roller over till I find compression stroke. on numeral uno here. There's the exhaust. Now we're coming up on, is that the intake? Yeah. There's compression. Now, approximately right there is top dead center. All right, let's start adjusting valves. Spinny spin to spin, so you feel a little resistance. 1/2 a turn. I went a little too far, so you back up. Spinny spin, spin slowly, turning. Right there. 1/2 of a turn. Same thing on this one. Right there. Half a turn. I'll go through the firing order like I did last time. 1 to 8. It's over here. So what we'll do, we'll turn her over until, well, I turn it over till see the intake valve close, and then I'll go another 1/4 turn or something like that. That way we know we're on the base of the cam. All right, it's down. That's about a 1/4 turn right there. Let me finish adjusting these, and then we'll do a compression check on this number 8 and see what we got. All right, I think we are ready to see if we got any compressions on number 8. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's 185 right there. We're doing good. I don't understand why those lifters were doing that. I got a 1/2 turn preload on them like before, and let me hit it again. Holy crap, that in there went to 217 or so. Oh yeah, I think number 8's fine. Let me check the rest of it real quick. Wonder why they're reading higher now. That in there's 212-ish or so. They were 190 to 200. That's weird. About the same, 211 or so. Almost 2, well, about 216 probably. That in there hit 225. 225. Probably because I can put my weight against it and seal it up better. Yep, 225. Wait a minute. 215 or so, yeah. Pretty healthy motor as far as compression goes. Very thankful. There's nothing wrong with those lifters. Let's get the intake on it, get this thing fired up. Let's get this here in the take on here. Approximately right there. All right, let's get us some voltages. I don't know why they have to make these center ones so difficult to get to. Shall we go a one pow? I think so. Fire the hole. Give it a little advance. Give it a little more. one place. I always am. That's so aggravating. Still ain't right. The carb ain't right. I don't know. It won't. It don't act right. You can tell by the exhaust notes. It's just something ain't right about it. I don't know if it's carb or what. Here's popping and carrying on. We still got a cylinder that ain't acted right. And it could be this old cheap Chinese junk distributor too. Let me set y'all back up on the camera and we'll pull one plug at a time just to see what it does. I don't know. It's just another one of life's mysteries. Yep, here at Backyard Butchery Central, MLS, capital of the world. You just, stuff happens. I can't explain it. Every other cylinder, starting with number 8, is not firing. So it'd be 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, 2 are not firing. Well, the way that thing revs up once you get the RPM up, it's not 4 completely dead cylinders, but they're not firing much. I don't understand it unless it is that old cheap Chinese junk distributor. Got it off Amazon. So I think tomorrow I might go get a good ignition control module, change it out, and see what it does. But you'll have to wait till next week to see that because we are out of time. I do want to remind you once again about my Patreon. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go check it out. Link in the description. If you want to buy some merch, links in the description for that. I think in the next day or two, I'm going to release another design. Y'all see that on Facebook and wherever. So be looking for that. And, well, maybe next week we get the motor figured out, get it in here, get the transmission in here, get the brakes done, get that thing out there. That is the plan, but y'all know how my plans go. Anyways, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit that like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. And until next time, go do something. Blur, blur.